Welcome to the Energy Forecast Numerology Business Take for the week of December 11th through the 17th. 2023, we are getting towards the end of the year. It is getting close to that time of the holiday season, and yet we are still very much in our minds because we are in the club's energy. So we're experiencing all this energy of planning, of a little bit of frustration that, we're waiting for the new year and the holidays are here and we can't really dive in, but we want to. And there's all this energy that's flowing through, and we have this energy of almost like, wait, it's not yet time. Now, we always experience this every year around this time of year, but it's very prevalent right now. And we've got some exciting energy coming in next week that's going to boost us forward. So I am excited to dive in. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So we begin our week with this energy of planning, of preparing, of a desire for this new version of ourselves to be born, and yet a little bit of frustration that it's not quite coming through yet. And when we've got a new moon that's going to birth that through for us. So I'm going to talk about that new moon as well. But this energy for the whole week is really about remembering that not only do we need structures and systems and things in place in our business, but that we deserve systems and structures and things in place. We deserve to have a plan. That we're not supposed to just wing it and hope for the best. That we're not supposed to just throw spaghetti at the wall and go, oh, did it work? I don't know. And then wonder why things didn't work. Systems and structures, and I'm going to say this a few times, set you free. And I know that might seem counterintuitive, but hear me out. Hear me out. So let's dive in. Monday, 7 of clubs, ruling 3. And if you are catching this for the first time and you're like, what does that even mean? You don't need to actually know what the numbers mean to be here and to get something out of this. I say them for those in this community who are numerologists, but know that you will get everything you need without needing to know what the numbers are. I do not teach numerology. I have a lot of numerologists in this community, but you can get everything you need if you pay attention and you listen and you embody the energy. That's all you need to know. So as I'm saying numbers and you're like, what does that mean? Just ignore that. Okay. All right. So Monday, 7 of clubs, ruling 3. This is an energy of trusting your creative expression, trusting how you want to move things out, trusting in your way of saying things, your way of doing things, and be very mindful of your self-criticism, your self-judgment, your judgment of others. Notice the language you're speaking. Notice if you're saying something nasty about the person at the grocery store and then you're behind their back, and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Notice, all right? There's no judgment in this, but I want you to bring your awareness to, are you complaining or are you creating? Because you have the ability to choose either option. You are responsible for whether or not you complain or whether you create. You are responsible for whether or not you judge and criticize, or if you love unconditionally. And anything that you are directing outwards or inwards is a reflection of how you feel about your self-expression. And however you see that showing up for you on Monday is perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are whole. It's only an opportunity for you to see it, because awareness is everything. And the moment you see it, you can catch it and go, oh, there it is. And instead, I choose to create. So Monday's energy is an opportunity to play, to move, to create, to be expressive, to be free, to move the body and express, not just in words, but express in the essence that you move about the world. There's this expression of when you shine your light, so you give others permission to do the same. That's this type of energy. When you walk into the grocery store, are you all caught up in your head and, oh, this has got to happen and I'm too busy in the holidays and I got to get a Christmas present and this person is being so stupid? Or do you walk into the grocery store and go, oh my God, I'm just so grateful for my life and I'm so grateful for my clients. I'm so grateful for this thing I get to create. Because the difference is when you walk into the grocery store down in the dumps, everybody in the grocery store feels it, whether they're aware of it or not. But if you walk into the grocery store with a smile on your face, full heart filled with gratitude, your entire essence shines into that grocery store. You want impact? That's how you create it. I am known for dancing in the aisles at the grocery store. It is such an easy thing to do. And when you do these small things, they start to add up. You do this small thing. You walk into the grocery store or wherever you're going. I'm using this as an example. You walk into the grocery store with a smile on your face, your heart full of gratitude, ready to play, ready to amplify. You are expressing the fullness of who you are. You're trusting in the expression of who you are. That ripples down to the cashier, to the cashier's children, to the cashier's spouse. It moves through every human and beyond. Think about that impact and allow yourself to trust that your expression is exactly what the world needs. And then we move into Tuesday. Tuesday, 6 of clubs ruling for new moon in Sagittarius. This is our opportunity to slowly and methodically begin to put the plan in place. And isn't it funny that Cindy's got a planning event happening during this week? Shocking, I know. But you may want to get your butt in a seat at that content planning lab, because the energy is going to be right for it. You're going to be inspired by it, and you're going to want to plan something. So take advantage of that energy and get your butt in the content planning lab. I'll make sure that the links are available for you. But this is really about pulling in some structure for yourself during this new moon, during this energy that produces long afterwards. You know, sometimes it can be really frustrating when we're setting up systems or structures. If you've ever tried to build a landing page or tried to, put an offer together, there's moving pieces and there's a lot of work that goes into it. But then once it's done, it produces for time and time and time and time beyond. And you only have to do it once. And so thinking instead about the long game, instead of I've got to sit here for 3 hours and build this thing or plan this thing or do this thing, think about the long term. Think about how that time and energy will eventually pay off. Think about the return on investment of that time and energy you've invested into your business or whatever it is that you're doing. So if you are planning for 2024, if you realize that creating consistent content that converts is important, if you realize that there's got to be a better way to do this sustainability thing, then get your butt in a seat at this challenge, because I'm going to help support you in doing all of that. And you are going to be inspired to want to do it. And you'll be able to set up these systematic structures in your business for the whole year of 2024 that will pay off time and time again, so that you can be free to work on the things you actually want to work on. So think about that. Instead of instant gratification of I only want to be free and do what I want to do when I want to do it, give yourself the gift of a few hours next week to come in and set these things up that will set you free in 2024. So the other thing that's going to show up during this week is how differentiation, trusting your expression, trusting how you create storytelling will pay off. Also a thing I'm talking about in the content planning lab. Are you catching a theme here? So you may have this desire to come and go as you please and do things your way and stop trying to stick me in a box. And I get it. I'm the same way. Don't tell me what to do. But there is a time and a place for structure, foundation, stability. And this new moon is bringing that energy to us. So use it, leverage it, let it pay off time and time and time again as you move into the new year. So then we move into Wednesday, and this is where I'm laughing, because Wednesday, 5 of clubs, 5, like, talk about, I want to do it my way. I don't want to do it your way. I want to go be free, and I want to shake things up, and I'm going to do things differently, and I'm going to totally rebel against the system and the structures. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, that new moon energy in Sagittarius is helping support that, even when our real desire is to go play. So instead of instant gratification, give yourself the gift of putting in your calendar a block of time that says, during this block of time, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to put my energy and my investment of time and energy and whatever else I need to invest into this block of time that will set up my systems and structures moving forward, that will pay off time and time again. And then I'm going to go on an adventure. So as soon as you're done that block of time, off you go, go play, shake things up, do something different, think outside the box, choose your pathway forward, have some fun. That 5 wants you to take things to the next level. So if you have been someone who has been throwing spaghetti at the wall, has been winging it, who doesn't want to play by the rules, who's struggling with, systems and structure, or maybe you have resistance against them, or maybe you're afraid of them, whatever that is, if you're somebody who's been feeling that, this 5 of Clubs 5 is asking you, will you choose a different pathway this time? Do you want results, or do you want instant gratification? You get to decide, and whatever you decide is perfect for you, perfect for where you're going, but don't you dare complain about it 6 months down the road when you still don't have systems in place because you chose instant gratification. So what's it going to be? Wednesday is inspiring you to choose, to decide. I know that systems and structure set me free. If I am willing to look at the big picture and the long term down the road, 6 months from now, if I spend 2 hours today setting up some systems and structures that I know for sure will pay off 6 months down the road, am I willing to do that? Then you get to decide. Easy peasy. The decision is easy. The doing of the thing, not so easy, because it requires discipline. And it requires dedication and the desire to actually do it. The 5 is going to ask you to decide. And then we move into Thursday, 4 of Clubs, ruling 6. This is an opportunity for you to rest the mind, to get some of those structures in place, to know that you do not need to please everyone. You do not need to do all the things. It is not your job to make everybody love you. It is time to rest into who you are. Now, if you are someone who is resistant to systems and structures and being stuck in a box and all these things, don't for 1 second think that you're somebody who can't do that. I can't equals I won't. You can do anything. I know you can. And just because your numerological chart or your oh my God, I can't even talk, your astrology or your human design or anything else says, but I'm somebody who likes freedom and to fly by the seat of my pants, that doesn't mean that you can't set up systems and structures. It means that either you won't, or it might be a little bit more challenging for you and you might need some support, but you can absolutely do it. And that Thursday energy is inviting you to say, okay, I can do this. I can do hard things, and to commit your ideas to paper. Doesn't mean you need to go and do it all on Thursday at all. It's an opportunity for your ideas to land and to formulate and to move it onto a piece of paper so that you can either put a plan in place or reach out for help to help put the plan in place. And then we move into Friday. Friday, 3 of Clubs, 7 energy. So we began the week with a 7 of Clubs, 3 energy. We shift to the end of the week with a 3 of Clubs, 7. It's like this bookmarked week. You can't make this shit up. This is why I planned this content planning lab during this week, because this energy on Friday is about creating your future. It's about finding new and innovative ways to create. It's about doing things differently than everybody else out there. It's about standing out with your content. It's about being different. It's about not worrying about the naysayers and the bullies and the haters out there, but just wanting to express yourself for the sheer joy of it and letting yourself get out there. Now, the 3 of Clubs is a little bit tricky, and I'm going to say this with absolute love in my heart. Don't you dare doubt your creative expression. When you hear that voice in your head that says, yeah, but so-and-so does it better than me, or I'm not good at writing, or I've never been able to create content before, so why should I be able to do it now? Don't you dare. If you are a human being and you live on this planet, you have skills, you have the ability to express yourself. We're going to find a way that works for you. So this is about flowing your expression out through the different channels that are available to us. So next week, I may have mentioned this a few times, content planning lab that will support your business growth in 2024. If you come to this, if you sign up and register and get your butt in a seat, Monday through Thursday is all going to be about the numerological influences. And on Friday, I'm going to teach you what to do with the dang thing. So Friday's energy, may or may not have planned this intentionally. Of course I did. Friday is going to give you all the tricks, all the tools, all the ways, different innovative ways that you can think of, plus a few more, to help you create content and make sure that you are getting seen in the social media space. So if you are not yet in a spot, get a spot. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, 2 of clubs ruling 8, Ace of clubs ruling 9. The weekend is really going to be about facing some of your fears. That 2 of clubs energy, and the 9s too, they really bring up these, I need to make a decision about moving forward, and I'm afraid. And I know if you are here and you are watching this, you can do hard things. You have done hard things, and you can face your fears, and you can make decisions, and you can move forward. I know you can. All you have to do is remember that you can. And so the weekend is an opportunity to let inspiration flow. And when you feel the hesitation or the fear or the resistance or the procrastination or anything else coming up, remind yourself this is just fear. And I know how to do hard things. I have faced fear before, and I can do it again. And just remind yourself of that. Let go of perfectionism, let go of people pleasing, let go of this need to please the critics, and just let yourself be free. The ultimate freedom is the ability to speak your truth in the face of anything, including social media. That's freedom. We often think that freedom is the ability to do what we want when we want. That includes say what we want when we want. And there are ways to do that. So this energy over the weekend will inspire you to learn as you go, that you don't have to have it all figured out, that you can take one step at a time and let inspiration flow with you, that you don't need to make sure you're posting to social media 5 times a day like Cindy does, that don't do what I do. That's a whole different strategy over there. But could you possibly create content 3 times a week that allows you to stand out from the crowd and show up and express who you are and be authentic and be real and get paid for your gifts? Wouldn't that be wonderful? And you could do it without fear because you can stand in that desire to have impact. So the weekend opens you up to possibilities, to get ready to take yourself to the next level. And then I will come back next week with a forecast for the week ahead, and we can look at what's happening that week too. But in case you didn't notice, I have an event happening next week, and you may or may not want to get your butt in a seat. So if you are ready to get paid for your gifts, if you are ready to create content with ease, if you are ready to have some structure and systems in place in your business, even if you're in resistance to them, make sure you grab a spot. So I'm going to grab the link for that right now and post it. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I look forward to this week. I am really excited about this week. In case you didn't notice, I am geeked right out. I have had quite the week getting prepared and creating all the content for this event. And I am going to blow your socks off with 2024 and everything that I'm going to give you next week, so that there are no excuses for not being able to create consistent content that feels good for you to be able to post it.